Imagine this. You're out surfing on a sunny California morning. The waves are perfect, the sky is clear, but then, from beneath the water, something surges. Not a shark, not a dolphin. It's a sea lion, eyes wide, mouth open, and it's coming straight at you like it's possessed. This isn't fiction, this isn't fantasy, this is real. Along the California coast, peaceful beachgoers have found themselves face to face with what some are calling demonic sea lions. And scientists? They say it's all thanks to a toxic substance that's warping their minds and flipping their instincts from curious to deadly. Welcome to a chilling tale of neurotoxins, animal panic and seaside terror. A true story of when nature turns savage. Hey there, wild ones. Welcome back to Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. The channel where we dive into the most jaw-dropping, adrenaline-pumping and downright unbelievable real-life animal stories from around the globe. From fierce predators to misunderstood beasts, we bring you the raw, the wild and the savage side of nature, straight to your screen. Today's episode, we're headed to the shores of Southern California, where a toxic tide has turned lovable sea lions into unpredictable, aggressive animals. Surfers have been attacked, swimmers bitten. What's causing this terrifying shift in behavior, and could it happen again? Before we dive deeper into this wild case, take a second to support the channel. It makes a massive difference and helps us keep these savage stories coming. Like this video if you love edge-of-your-seat animal encounters. Subscribe so you never miss our next wild tale. Ring that bell for notifications, because trust me, the next story is even crazier. Drop a comment below. Have you ever had a close call with a wild animal? Or maybe you've seen weird behavior from wildlife in your area? We want to hear your story. And hey, if you know someone who hits the beach every weekend or just loves bizarre wildlife stories, share this video with them too. Join the tribe of thrill seekers, animal lovers and adventure junkies. We're building a community of people who know that nature is not just beautiful, it's savage. All right, grab your wetsuit and hold on to your surfboard, because we're about to break down the science, the sightings and the straight-up shocking reality behind California's demonic sea lions. Let's dive into the deep end, right here on Savage Tales, Animal Encounters. Tagline, where the wild gets real and nature shows no mercy. It was the kind of morning surfers dream about. The sun had just begun to rise over the Southern California coast, casting golden streaks of light across the glassy blue water. The waves were clean, rolling in smooth and steady, nature's invitation to ride. RJ LaMendola, an experienced surfer with over 2 decades of ocean time under his belt, paddled out like he had hundreds of times before. Everything felt perfect. There was a stillness in the air, the kind surfers know well. That sweet, rare moment when you're alone with the sea, floating just beyond the break, waiting for that next perfect wave. RJ sat up on his board, scanning the horizon, listening to the rhythmic crashing of waves and the occasional cry of gulls overhead. But beneath the surface, something was wrong. He noticed it first in the behavior of the birds. A few were circling strangely close to the water, cawing and flapping wildly. Then, off in the distance, he caught sight of something odd, a shadow in the water. It wasn't a dorsal fin, and it wasn't a fellow surfer. It was the slick back of a sea lion, nothing too unusual on its own. Sea lions are common along these shores, curious, playful, sometimes swimming alongside surfers or sunbathing lazily on docks. But this one felt different. It was moving erratically, darting beneath the waves, surfacing only briefly before vanishing again with strange, jerky motions. For a moment, RJ shrugged it off. Maybe it was hunting, maybe it was just excited, but the feeling in his gut said otherwise. Then he noticed a second one, closer this time, and this one didn't disappear. It bobbed in the water, maybe 20 yards away, just watching. Not in the friendly, inquisitive way sea lions usually do. This was intense, still, unblinking. And then it began moving toward him, at first slowly, a cautious drift, then faster, more deliberate, cutting through the water like a bullet. The space between them closed in seconds. RJ braced, unsure of what was coming next. That's when he saw the face. Not playful, not curious, but twisted, wild, primal and utterly alien. Its eyes were wide and unfocused, mouth open just enough to reveal a flash of teeth. In that instant, RJ knew this was no ordinary sea lion encounter. It was as if the creature wasn't in control of itself, like something inside had short-circuited, and it was coming straight for him with single-minded ferocity. And then, it hit. The impact was sudden, brutal, like being tackled underwater by something with the force of a linebacker and the precision of a predator. The sea lion slammed into RJ's board with terrifying speed, knocking him off balance and plunging him into the cold Pacific below. For a split second, everything went black, a rush of bubbles, foam and salt water filling his ears. Then came the pain. A sharp, burning jolt tore through his left side, his upper thigh, then again, deeper this time. Teeth clamping down with raw power, tearing into flesh. RJ thrashed in the water, trying to break free, trying to figure out which way was up. But the sea lion held on. It wasn't biting once and fleeing. It was attacking like it meant to disable him. In the chaos, RJ caught glimpses of the animal, twisted features, wild eyes rolling with a strange, disconnected fury. It wasn't responding to movement or noise. It wasn't frightened by his kicks. It looked possessed, not in control of its own body, driven by something deeper, darker. Somehow he managed to push off with his board, getting just enough space to pull away, but not before one last snap of its jaws tore through the back of his thigh and left a gash that would need urgent medical attention. Gasping, RJ scrambled back onto his board, adrenaline drowning out the pain. He could feel the blood mixing with salt water, his leg numb and throbbing, but instinct took over. He paddled, fast, each stroke a desperate attempt to reach shore, to get away from the thing that had just turned his perfect morning into a nightmare. From the beach, other surfers had seen the commotion. A few began shouting, running toward the shoreline, unsure if they were witnessing a shark attack or something else entirely. Lifeguards radioed for help as RJ dragged himself out of the water, collapsing on the sand, pale, shaking and in shock. His wetsuit was shredded at the thigh, soaked with blood. The bite had left a jagged, deep wound, teeth marks clearly visible in crescent shape. Paramedics arrived within minutes and rushed him to the hospital, where he would be treated for puncture wounds and given antibiotics to prevent infection. But the physical injury wasn't the worst part. Later, RJ would describe the encounter in chilling detail. How the creature's face seemed almost demonic, its expression devoid of any trace of the usual playfulness sea lions are known for. "This thing, it didn't look real," he wrote in a now viral Facebook post. "It looked like something out of a nightmare. Its eyes were gone, like it wasn't even there anymore. I've surfed with sea lions for 20 years. This wasn't one of them, this was something else entirely." In the aftermath, marine biologists quickly stepped in, launching an investigation. The Marine Mammal Care Center tested sea lions in the area and confirmed a disturbing truth. The animals were suffering from domoic acid poisoning, a neurological toxin produced by a massive algae bloom off the Southern California coast. These toxins cause seizures, disorientation, confusion and aggression in marine mammals. In some cases, they result in coma. In others, like RJ's, they provoke violent, fear-based attacks. RJ's story was just the beginning. And as the toxins spread and more animals fell victim, the beaches of Southern California would soon become the unlikely stage for one of the most bizarre and terrifying animal encounter stories in recent memory. Nature is beautiful, but it doesn't always play nice. Today's story reminded us that even the most familiar creatures can become something terrifying when their world is thrown out of balance. One moment you're riding a perfect wave, the next you're fighting off an animal driven mad by something no one can see. We hope RJ's survival and the science behind these bizarre attacks gave you chills and maybe made you think twice about what's lurking just beneath the surface. If you enjoyed this wild ride, now's your chance to be part of the pack. Smash that like button if you want more insane animal encounters just like this one. Hit subscribe to join our growing community of wildlife thrill seekers. Ring the notification bell so you never miss a moment when nature goes full savage. Drop a comment below, tell us your wildest wildlife experience, or what animal encounter you want us to cover next. We read every single one, and yours might be featured in a future video. And share this video with your friends, especially the ones who think sea lions are just cuddly beach mascots. Trust us, they need to see this. Thank you for watching and spending a little of your day in the wild with us. Whether you're a seasoned adventurer or just love hearing stories where nature bites back, we're glad you're here. This is Savage Tales, Animal Encounters, where the wild gets real and nature shows no mercy.